Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Sentries of Age, our hopefully sprawling adventures in our Wildermyth world, which I have actually been thinking might be really wonderful to call Everwilds. I think calling the entire world, where hopefully many more of our Wildermyth stories will unfold Everwilds, is inspiring, and it puts that sense of a wanderlust that many of our characters and heroes have out there, and it really just makes me excited to see how the world might expand and expand, not only while we are hopefully here with this group of the Centuries of Age, but fingers crossed, many more groups in the future as well. As it stands right now, however, I totally don't have yet another complete wipe of all of my heroes dying. That may or may not have happened last night off in another parallel world universe story. Totally not 0 out of 5 for being able to keep everybody alive through chapter 2 now. So I'm sure that there's not some sort of a touch of fate and doom on Bly's shoulder. I'm sure that she feels that everything is a little odd since she just stepped out of a woven tapestry into an entire new time in life, like in very far in the future. And yeah, she totally doesn't have this sneaking suspicion that, you know what? Is that Doom tapping on my shoulder? No. I'm sure. Oh my gosh, we should call her Spirit Cat Doom. I actually think that would be quite cute. Maybe it's the only thing that her spirit cat ever said to her when we first found it. And we'll have to leave Doom's mystery of its origins to the side for now, just in case we run across a similar story in the future. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. And carry on with what we were doing. Now that we have chiseled a pass through Ocean Mood Mine and Elktana Mine, there's a lot of mines, considering that we're surrounded by deepest cultists. That is not entirely surprising. We are approaching the end of the first chapter of our adventures. All we have left after having secured Riverdark and Arten Windworks and Arsha Bridge and Ocean Mood Mine, Elktana Mine, Elm Trap Lumberyard, Yard, oh my gosh. All we have left is to go ahead and make sure that we locate Free Nut Fount and we see what the deepest cultists are up to, what they're doing. And we're going to rely a little bit on the advice of Bly, and Bly is also going to have a quick name change because I don't think she can ever be just Bly Mountainverse anymore. I think she absolutely at this stage would become known as Bly Mythweaver. Or how about Mythwoven? Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. Or Mythweaver actually sounds really fun. There we go, because of the place that we just found her. Very excited about all that. And she does have a lot of experience in these odd memories that gives her some insight into what she can suggest for everyone. So do we want to go ahead, and if we scout it over here, it would be summer day 10 by the time we finish scouting. And then we might want to clear the infestation before fighting the deepest here. But here's the thing. Bly has some insight to offer to everyone that while the world is still young, and while they are still young and fit and hardy, now may actually be the time to be mindful of, you know, if the shadows of mystery were gone in more places, gosh, where would it be useful to have defenses if, you know, for some reason in the future when we're in our middle age, we might find that after 10 years of peace or so, enemies start pouring in from these directions. And it might be a nice idea to potentially put some defenses in while we're still young and before, like, that potential future might happen. And I have to say, I am appreciating just now as I look the fact that we only have to worry kind of about Ocean Mood Mine and the mountain pass around it. We should definitely give this a really cool mountain range name. But we really only have to worry about that zone for like any future incursions going towards Arsha Bridge and some of our main areas. And that makes me very happy. So thank you, Giant Goblin Mountains. And And we even have a crag over here. Like, what the heck? So I guess we could scout that. Let's go ahead and scout it just to make sure we get that going. But I probably want to step into Elktana Mine and perhaps set up some defenses. All right. So the lurking deepists are here. We have 73 days before we would need to go ahead and worry about having the cultists step in. If we patrolled this area, it would take 20 days, which would leave us only with 50 to go ahead and complete everything before rumors of terrible, terrible creatures are coming. And, ooh, so we would have 46 days. So we could come over and we could actually build defenses at Elktana Mine to protect the many people who have started to call it home. And I think we have got enough time to do that. I think that Bly is just going to really tell them, like, you know, there's just something, some niggling memory, some tap of my spirit cat Doom on the shoulder that's telling me it's probably really important for some reason to go ahead and make sure that we have like good defenses. So now that that's done, I think we're ready. This soon already, and yet here we are. All right, let's do it. I think we might barely be able to, oh man, are we gonna have missed the day of the incursion by 1 day? Oh my gosh, we did it. We did it, yes! Literally the day that the deepest were rallying to invade, we showed up at their front door. Palmy and Rowan are just behind me. What have they done though? Those deepest or whatever? This is their fire? No time to rest, unfortunately. The lower pines are all ablaze. The lodges, all but lost. The day had begun peacefully enough. From the mountaintop, they can see it won't end without a fight. Maybe make for that crumbling building. It can hide our descent. The inferno below them reaches full bloom. Ah, so the deepest have lit everything here on fire as they prepare for their own battles. All right, so here's this crumbling building. I do not know if it's going to be good cover or not, but there's only one way to find out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. We can have Jonah light some fires, and then her fires actually won't go out either. I don't know if I want her to light a fire right away though. Rowan, I might have him actually go ahead and maybe jump over here in Silk Step, and then maybe we'll have Palme step forward a little bit, because maybe it'll be good to try to have everybody like fight with us over on this side. And I wonder, is there anything I could light on fire over here? Maybe. Maybe I could light a fire over here with Jonah. I'm gonna go ahead and see. I don't know if I can, because this is like a bench. Can she light that on fire? Oh, she can light a fire right on this spot. Okay, well I think we're all right. Let's move her down here. Excellent. And of course, Eviana would be right behind Palme, wanting to make sure to guard against any foes. And we'll send Bly on over to join everybody. And just in case anybody wants to pop out of this door, this gigantic door, let's go ahead and interfuse with a couple things so that we're ready. Some rocks, a stone bench, and then I wonder, now that we've set all of that up, let's actually have Palme maybe scoot forward and, well, I wonder who should go first. We wouldn't be able to get everybody over here all at once. And I wonder if it would be, well, we could run in here if we need to. So you know what? Let's have Rowan open the door. Oh, I'm really glad that Rowan did that, because now we can tell there's the Woken would be right on the other side of the door. Oh my gosh. Well, the good news is we could take out one of the Horn Children immediately. And, ooh, okay. You know what? We might be able to do this. Let's go ahead and interfuse with that rock. And let's try taking these two out. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, sometimes being able to be really stealthy seems to be quite helpful. And we're not quite in shooting range of the Woken yet, but Rowan can sneak in here. There we go. And then I wonder, can Palme actually get down there in time? Maybe? Or is that going to use up all her moves? Okay, And she can guard against enemies now. Oh, but Eviana can come and help out. Boom! Excellent work, team. Confusing the enemies by jumping on both sides, I think, is a good thing. All right, we'll have Bly join them and maybe withdraw her magic from over there so that we could go ahead and interfuse it with this shrine covered in plants. Oh, these are extremely useful locations for a mage who can infuse their essence into the soil, because not only are we able to send this shrine, potentially flying, no offense to whatever like small god it's dedicated to, because it's a discus, we can also use the vines around it to grasp and pin down enemies from afar. Oh, I don't think you guys are going to take any time at all. I think that this is going to be quite interesting, actually. We'll grab this Woken Singer. We'll go ahead and... Let's see, Rowan, can you... Okay, Rowan can actually shoot this guy, no problem. Excellent. Alright, and then... I wonder, can I throw the net from here? Maybe. Eviana, can you throw the net? Aw, he's just like one step too far. Are you kidding? Okay, whatever. We'll go ahead and have Palme get in front to make sure that Eviana won't get too beat up. And you know what, Jonah? You light that fire to your heart's content. I actually think that's hilarious. Ooh, and we can splinter blast him with these chimes. That would probably make a lot of noise. All right. You know, I think that we're not worried whatsoever about this, to be honest. Oh, and I forgot about Wolf Call. We do need to let Palme like be the one to kill everybody. Oh my gosh. Okay, look, that seemed easy, but perhaps that's also because many heroes have fallen to give experience to the land and me, so that these heroes could rise. And now we actually have a brooch of faith. Fanned rays of gold recall the mountain sunrise. Oh, who should we give that to? I'm kind of tempted to give it to Bly, who has the least health right now. It's actually Jonah. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Bly, because it's like a new dawn for her. And plus, Jonah is now ready to go ahead and become a stronger... She has a very terrifying passive. So she had long reach. She'd be able to go ahead and have a little bit more range when she's sending fire flying into the enemy's faces. However, let's see what else she could do. Once per turn, she pulls motes of heat out of the air. Oh! So she could not only light things on fire next to her with a torch, she could actually just go ahead and like ignite fire. Okay, Jonah, for some reason I can just hear her cackling in my head. And actually, since everything is on fire, this is pretty on brand for a mage to maybe learn from the fact that they're in a giant forest fire. Whatever we could have done, we've done. Hopefully, we were not too late to get out. In 6 days, as a rain comes, and the last of the wildfires started by the deepest cult are gone. Hang in there, all our little village citizens. Couple more coming in, Madam Innkeeper. They look incredibly wealthy and not at all like fire victims. Yes, yes, I'll try to find a dry spot. So our group has moved on into an inn. Now that the deepest cult has been thwarted, perhaps? It might be hard to tell. And we'll have to just wait until we see what happens as the rain clears up. Rowan Free Arrow led us here. Seems we have a lot to thank you for. Not lost on us, though certainly we've lost a lot. Anyway, better to be alive and landless. Aw, thank you, random citizen. Know what I'm starting to wonder? Whether these deepest, or I mean, maybe their homes were burnt to ash long ago. It feels like that maybe, tonight. That I like. The thought of, but why did the deepest cult come out? Why did they have such violence that they wanted to destroy everything? They were wisps of possibility. They had doors to defend, and that made them heroes. Builders will prove much more useful over the next batch of years. But heroes will be needed again. Yay! Woo! We've made it past the first of the many events that I hope will spawn through many chronicles of our story. 11 years of peace follow. And to be honest, I'm not going to get too excited because, well, chapter 1, let's just say I've made it past that every time. The real challenge is what lies around the corner. So we have gathered up heartwood, hides, ingots, fabric, and much to Jonah's displeasure, only a little bit of spell threads. It's almost as though something's leeching the magic out of this land. Honestly, what's a mage supposed to do to gain some glory? We have a whole bunch of tiles safe. There are no infested tiles, no lurking threats remaining. So that gives us those 11 years of peace for everyone. And we have undermined the enemy's plans, so they have become a little bit weaker. And during the years of peace, Rowan tended his mystic seed until one day it sprouted. Well, maybe sprouted wasn't the right word. It's so cute! It burst up in a shower of dirt, producing small fond noises. Do all guys fawn over sparkling-eyed pine cones? Well, I'm sure they'll love you. Its growth would be incredibly slow, but perhaps endless? Oh, Rowan, congratulations! That's very fitting and also very mysterious about, you know, his missing background. That he now has a little, like, forest elemental, maybe? It's not exactly like, wait, there's rock, fire, water, and leaf. Yeah, so I guess this would be like a forest, I guess I'm just gonna call it like a forest elemental for now, because I don't know what else to call it. Hey, Art and Windwork's up and running again. Where I grew up, you could see the mill's cells from anywhere in the valley. It was kind of a home star. The fighting instincts that served Jonah so well on the battlefield served her slightly less well in taverns. Oh, please don't set on... Jonah, no, don't set all the inns on fire. She was only permanently banned from one of them. Jonah! The wood that came out of Elm Trap Lumberyard had a unique sheen, and if you looked at it in the right light, it seemed to glow from within. It was especially popular in wands and staves. Yay! Okay. Oh, oh! Pame! She has a gym leg now! She's a little bit slower, but she can block things better with, like, her leg. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was gonna happen from her gym eye. I guess there would be consequences. Uh-oh. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. And speaking of keeping an eye on things, it is time to go ahead and use up the resources we have to improve the strength of our mini heroes in case we want to be ready for anything that might happen around the corner. So, do we have anything super fancy? We do have, let's see, we do have a few interesting things. That, like the elemental weapons that have been touched on. How many elemental weapons do we have? Okay, the Astral Cherry Rod is the only elemental we've caught. Okay, yeah, there's a stone effect on Bly's wand, and then Rowan has a water effect on his bow, and we can actually go ahead. That would give him an action point so he could shoot more arrows if we gave him a bit of an upgrade. Or, oh, ooh. Okay, we only have 4 action points, but we might, because we need more heartwood. And we might be able to go ahead and make a stronger bow, but I think the time has come for Pame to have a sword. Or a spear or something. And if she can block pretty well, she might not need a free hand, so I do love the idea of her having a greatsword. At the same time, a greatsword or maybe a great spear. Oh, that does look like it was just made for her, doesn't it? Oh, but it would be so hard to, like... Oh, that'd be so cool. Okay, but I do think actually giving her a spear would be really good for us, because the easier her reach, the more she will be able to go ahead and she can kill enemies. And once she kills enemies, it gives everyone a boost to their speed and morale. So I think it is time. Perhaps it's going to be a bit more of a humble item than we expected, but I do believe it is time for her to go ahead and have Lizard Truth of Hogspire. Oh my gosh. a simple great spear. Perhaps something stronger would be better for the leader of the Sentinels of Age, but perhaps lizard root the spear is all we need for now. Palme would insist that perhaps this is enough. This is enough. We don't need to spend all of our precious... Why do we have so many ingots? Because we're surrounded by so many mines. We don't need to spend some of our precious resources on her. But we probably do need to get something that's not just like, you know, just farmer clothes for poor Rowan so that he can be a little bit more protected. So we could craft the tabby flak, which would give him a lot of protection, but it wouldn't let him move very quickly. And Rowan, your skills are really kind of about endurance, so you already have some warding and you can dodge if we really need to and you get surrounded. So why don't we actually focus on maybe giving him something a bit more speedy? I think the soft hasping, speed and dodge. Oh, that looks really good on him. Okay, we'll craft that for him. And then we'll, can we like, let's see, coat of ivy? Coat of ivy weave is what we'll call this. I love being able to give the clothes unique names. All right, anything else that we could craft for anyone? Palme, could I possibly upgrade your scale? Armor? No, but man, she's gonna have like scale armor and like crystal limbs. That's gonna look pretty cool. Ooh, we could upgrade the axe that Eviana has. Okay, so she could do a bit more damage. That might be very useful. We cannot upgrade the wand. You know what? Let's upgrade the axe then. That sounds like a good idea. So that'll give us a bit more damage and a chance to do something fancy more often. And we're gonna name it... She hasn't quite done anything... Oh, the mountain shard. That's perfect because we're surrounded by mountains. All right, let's go ahead and see what fate has in store. Calm years have a crumbling end. Rumors of deepest raids cause the wintertime cheer to crack. Killing on the way. They abscond with maps and books, is what the courier's daughter said. Maps, books, our records, our knowledge. Sorry, this is my fault. I threatened to give them a human test. Eliana, I don't know if now is the time to be laughing and joking like so. But that is pretty suspicious. I could see how Palme is concerned about the Deepest stealing maps and ancient histories. I think that the Deepest are trying to knit together an understanding of when they fled the Goblin Empire and what happened afterward. They thought the world was going to remain pain and would only keep humans as slaves. So it's still quite a shock to turn around and find that humanity has been prospering while the Deepest's dark, dark homes have been twisting their hearts more and more. A joke. Good. But that's not the odd part. A traveler the day before was talking a similar tale. Yeah, well... The front door makes a friendly sound. And a familiar face comes in from the outside, the smell of dew and dust on her. Can I use your bath? Never mind. Deepest. Not sure why, but they're hitting places again. It's weird, though. People say they sift through books and scrolls like murderous little scholars. Jonah, how long's it been? Hey, Jonah! Understanding their enemy's actions have never been simple, but frustrating cultist is at least a task the Sentries of Age can wrap their heads around. They depart the next day for a known book hoard, a place they agree could be under threat in unwarded territory. The shadows deepen. It's a new world, and we're actually dealing with, like, protecting libraries? That is such a cool idea. I really love that so much. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think I am very pleased with the way the world just expanded. Look at this. We don't have to worry about everything behind us being attacked by all sorts of cultists. Instead, we can turn our attention forward to Dreambogger, which happens to definitely have some resources we want. Oh, but we absolutely want to make sure that Freenet Fount is not lost, since it does have some of the only spell threads yet to be found in the land. And then there's Stamping Fields, Merry Timber, Slip Woods, Grizzle Cedar Stand, Slip Forest, where the deepest are said to linger, Foster Plain, and the Great Sea beyond. Oh, wow. The Great Sea, where I do believe that Pome's family tends to live along the coast of. Ah, okay, this is going to be quite delightful. And it looks like over in Dreambogger, we might have somebody actually waiting for us. So, Tales of the Centuries of Age may precede them, and hopefully this won't end like every other adventure I've had, where at the end of chapter 2 we're all dead. But alright guys, I will see you all next time. Stay curious everyone. Bye-bye!